Hey everybody, welcome to another bonus episode of Nake and Jacole. This is your good friend, Jake. We decided to bless you and your very quiet weekend with a little bonus content. This was originally going to be its own episode called Brendan Fraser's Ruby Heart, but we just didn't really have room for it. So here you go. It's a little nugget of extra gooey goodness for y'all. I hope that you enjoy it. I guess I should say this is definitely, absolutely NSFW. Mom and Dad, I'm sorry.
So my coworker today was telling me about how he wanted to build a play set for his child because be fun for him to play with his kid and push them on the swing and push them down the slide and everything. He's like, if I were to build a play set though, I'd want to put a ball pit in it because I miss being in ball pits and being allowed to get in those.
Yeah.
And without even taking a beat, he's like, "You think anyone's ever had sex in a ball pit?"
He said that?
Yes, he said that at work.
Without taking a beat.
I'm like, because he's he's so nice, and he just. Do you think anyone's ever had sex in a ball pit? And I just fucking lost it because I'm like, there's no way this man just said that. If you do it, then you'll know for sure that someone's done it. At the very least. At worst, you can be the first one ever. But I'm guaranteeing that anyone that's ever said "Oh, I'm going to build a business is going to have a ball pit," in the back of his mind, they're like, "I'm going to fuck in that thing, and it's going to be amazing.
I'm going to fuck in that thing.
I'm going to fuck in that ball pit.
No one can stop me.
No one can stop me because it's mine. I paid for it, and I can fuck on my property."
For the ball pit I'm building for all these kids.
Yeah. That's the other thing. How in the fuck are you going to sanitize that thing?
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to take everything.
You're just going to make a bleach pool with little plastic ball, ice cubes in it? These are things how are you going to clean it? How are you going to drain it? How are you going to get out after you're done?
How are you going to
These are things you're not thinking about. All you're thinking about is with your horny brain saying, "Oh, I want to, excuse my language, fuck in this ball pit."
So you're saying that all the people who build ball pits all think in the back of their minds, "I'm going to fuck in this."
How are you not thinking that when you're building a ball pit? You're absolutely thinking to yourself, "Man, these kids are going to have a lot of fun in this, but not nearly as much fun as I'm going to when I thrust my pelvis into a person fucking in this ball pit."
I can honestly say I've never thought that, but I've also never tried to build a ball pit, so...
Yeah, exactly. Don't call it a ball pit. It's a fucking pit of sin in there. This ain't for children. This is Adult Swim only.
This is Adult Swim.
This is what Adult Swim is for, because we start talking about this, what do you think the people that install pools in their backyard are thinking? It's not like, "Oh, the kids will have fun." The kids are going to fucking drown in there. Let's be real. It's a drowning hazard. Yeah, my kid will probably drown in this pool, but at least I'll get my dick wet. Because they're thinking, I want to fuck in that pool.
I would not like fucking in a pool.
But at least you can do the same in a ball pit, and you don't need to bring a towel.
I think you should still bring a towel in a ball pit.
That defeats the purpose. If you are on any sort of stable surface whatsoever, it's defeating the purpose.
No, I'm saying a towel for the cleanup.
So what? You're gonna just go in there and spit shine after every ball after you're done?
Well, I'd hope it would land on one particular thing, then you can be an easy cleanup. So a lot of balls aren't touching the leftovers.
A lot of balls touching a lot of things. This is a carnal endeavor. You're not thinking to yourself, "Oh, I better be careful what balls I touch and don't touch, and what balls are touching me." Nah, you're thinking in the heat of the moment. Balls be damned, I'm going balls deep.
Balls deep. God.
What are some other crazy things that you could fuck on/in?
A mountain.
That aren't obvious. A mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You mean on the trail or on the very point? Because one sounds very, I don't want to say average because, like, I've never fucked on a mountain, but at the same time, sounds something like you could just do. The point, on the other hand, now that's extreme.
That one, yeah, extreme. No, you reach the very top, and the one thing, you know how people like, oh, it said like after war, back in the days, like, you know, when they would like come home or whatever, they like a good fuck, because it like relieves all that stress and tension that was built up.
I mean, you don't need to go to war to like a good fuck to release some tension. I mean, like,
okay, fair.
Like, I had to spend an exceptional amount of time at the supermarket. I could really go for a nice fuck to release some tension.
Okay, so you climb up to the top of this mountain to relieve some tension. You go, you know what? We made it
go
here.
to the supermarket and I forgot my keys in my apartment. God damn it, I'm frustrated. I could really use a nice fuck to relieve some tension.
But that's what I'm saying. Climb up a mountain, relieve some tension. No one's gonna see. No one's gonna be there.
Actually, there's entire lines of people trying to get up Mount Everest now.
Okay, well, let's go up Mount Everest.
It's basically a Disney World attraction anymore. Except with frozen dead bodies.
Sprinkled among the way.
Yep. No, that's actually a thing. Like, people just die up there and they don't bring them back down because they're frozen solid.
I would say I feel like I wouldn't bring it back down because I would just.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Is like they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess unless you like just push them and like sled them down, that'd be a really fucked up snowball.
That'd be a really fucked up snowball.
It would be, okay? Like, you're thinking of, okay, like, you know, you got like Encino Man with like Brendan Fraser stuck inside an ice cube. What if instead of that, you just like, oh, you're just climbing up a mountain, you're carving some sick gnar, carving some powder, bro, going down on your snowboard, and then next thing you know, whoa! Rolling past you, a giant snowball. It hits a tree. What's inside that tree? It's Brendan Fraser, frozen dead.
Oh my god. Jake. Well, would it even get to snowball form, though? That would take a long fucking time for...
There's a lot of snow on that mountain. It's really tall.
Yeah, like... I guess.
Nicole, don't think about the realistic. Play with me.
Humor me!
Humor my wacky stories. Join my fantasy realm where Brendan Fraser falls down a mountain at like supersonic speed, creating some hellish Frosty the Snowman.
Yes, and Martha Stewart joins.
And Martha Stewart joins. Now, what's Martha Stewart doing?
Well, she was the one trying to hack his frozen body off of the mountain.
Oh, she was the one that chipped him free.
Yeah.
Now, was she doing it to like recover his remains, or was she trying to get the secret amulet hanging around Brendan's neck?
Well, see, there's actually legend told that his heart was made of the purest ruby anyone could find, and it was worth way more money than even Zuckerberg has.
Even the Zuck. So the Zuck is also treasuring this fine ruby inside of Brendan Fraser's chest.
Oh yeah. Millions of people worldwide are going on this manhunt for frozen Brendan Urie's corpse.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser's. Oh no, not Brendan Urie. Brendan Fraser's corpse.
We're talking about Encino Man / Now that I think about it, this makes a lot of sense because Brendan Fraser took part in a lot of crazy stunt action movies, like George of the Jungle and The Mummy and Journey to the Center of the Earth and Encino Man. And all of these movies involve him like running into things and potentially getting stabbed by things. And I think that those directors are thinking, we'll make it look like an accident and then we'll get right to the heart.
We'll get right to its source.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, that's cool. What do you think this ruby does? Or is it just really valuable? Is it like the Hope Diamond without the curse? I think that was a terrible analogy because the Hope Diamond supposedly has a curse to it. And this could just be a really expensive ruby.
I think it's just a really neat looking ruby.
But how did it get there?
How did it get there?
Was it like imbued to him by like some alien deity unbeknownst to mankind?
Yeah.
Has Brendan Fraser actually been the Thor Superman type character that we've always heard and written stories about, but never knew that he actually walked amongst us all this time, and instead of acting as a superhero fighting crime, he was just saving us with his acting prowess.
Yes.
And that Brendan Fraser's acting ability is the purest form of art, and those who forsake his talents are to be damned by the alien deity overlords. Might be kind of going overboard with the naming there, but we can workshop that.
Yeah.
So,
all accurate, by the way.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. I'm going to go on his IMDb now to see if there's any other crazy movies that he's done, because I feel like, as I said already, this man is a treasure, and we're really not giving him the respect that he needs.
Deserves. Oh, Inkheart. Inkheart was a good movie.
Fucking Inkheart. Thank you.
Yep.
Inkheart was also great. Which one? What was that one about? Can you give me a 30-second recap?
Yeah, it was about so he's this man who has this magical power that whatever he reads turns to life, and he read his wife into a book and had to try and find her and read her out of it, and comes across all these characters he's read in and out of books and stuff like that with his daughter. Pretty much.
I think I remember this. Oh shit, he was Dudley Do-Right.
From what?
From Dudley Do-Right. He was one of the Mounties from the Royal Mounted Police. Yeah. From such fame as a Canadian man riding backwards on a horse.
Oh my lord.
And the horse is just looking back at him saying, look at this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. What a silly conundrum he's in. So the fun thing about that one is out of 10 stars given to him by users, what rating do you think that this movie got?
5. Oh, 3.
I'm glad that you think so highly of our acting lord, Brendan Fraser, but no, we got a 3.9. Because frankly, Hollywood doesn't know how to handle such raw talent. It's very similar. It's very akin to what we see now with Nicolas Cage, who is one of the well, let's call it for what it is. He's one of the greatest actors to have ever lived, and he was both before his time and behind the times as well, because he was a real Humphrey Bogart type character who was speaking a language, acting in a language not yet ready for, that mankind was not yet ready for.
Yes.
Is acting more suited for a language that humanity is not yet ready for, until the alien deities that blessed Brendan Fraser with his ruby heart and his acting prowess came and righted the wrongs of this world and finally delivered us from this living hell and bestowed upon us this new language in which Nicolas Cage's talents may finally be fully appreciated.
Oh my god, I can't wait until Emily listens to this episode. She hates Nicolas Cage.
Dude, Nicolas Cage was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he was in a lot of movies.
But when did it finally just kind of turn south? Because he was Con Air, and he was Face Off, and he
didn't he beat his wife or something? There was a rumor that he did, and I think that's when it started.
I think you need to back this up. I think you need to Google this to back this up, because I'm looking at this man, he was Yuri Orlov in Lord of War, and also National Treasure. So I wanted to say that National Treasure was the downturn, but let's be real, National Treasure was a great movie regardless of what everyone says. But then he got, I think it might have been National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. Because after
it's Nicolas Cage's ex-girlfriend.
See, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Please don't. Just don't, please. It's bad. I know. Don't beat women. Respect women. Respect everyone. Don't hit anyone. Keep your hands to yourself and wash them because they might have coronavirus on them. I want to say that like the real downturn was the second National Treasure movie. Because after that, there were classics such as Ghost Rider and Bangkok Dangerous and Speckles from the movie G-Force, Jerry Bruckheimer classic.
Oh, God.
The one with the guinea pig spies. And The Sorcerer's Apprentice. But then he was also in Kick-Ass, which...
He was in Kick-Ass? I forgot.
Admittedly, like, wasn't a premiere movie or something that would necessarily save an acting career, but solid flick. But then he also was Season of the Witch and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, which admittedly I liked Ghost Rider when it came out, but even young me knew that Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance was crap. And then he was in The Croods. And then a bunch of movies that I've never heard of. And like he's quickly going down a route that I thought was only reserved for Steven Seagal. Yeah, I really thought that Steven Seagal was the only man that could go down this route, but here he is, like, following in those footsteps. Just with less ponytail and forehead grease. Steven, like, okay, let's be real. Steven Seagal walked so that Nicolas Cage could run.
Yeah.
And so with that, I would like to posit the idea that Steven Seagal is in fact this alien deity overlord that we have been discussing. Steven Seagal blessed Brendan Fraser with the ruby heart and has bestowed upon us Nicolas Cage and unleashed him into the world to bless us with an acting talent that we are not yet ready for.
And sadly never would be.
It's not something that will come in our time.
Yes.
This is post-rapture type shit that I'm talking about. Like after the world has been taken in the great final battle and everything, and all of the world's souls will be saved and ascend into heaven, and God's kingdom will be rebuilt.
Stop.
The earth will be left barren for Steven Seagal, Nicolas Cage, and Brendan Fraser to inhabit in eternal battle?
Battle of the Wits?
See, there's part of me that thinks that there's something else going on with this chest ruby of Brendan Fraser's. That maybe it's not just valuable due to its aesthetic nature, but that maybe it holds the key to...
Your heart?
I was going to say to winning the war against Satan, but okay. We can go with the key to my heart.
Yours specifically.
That's where I hold Brendan Fraser.
And on that note,
we're going to wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There'll be absolutely more of this sort of stuff to come. We produce a lot of content, and I have to cut a lot, and I do a good job of saving a lot. So, as you guys know, go ahead and continue to spread the word about us. Comment on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud. We like interacting with you guys. With everything going on in the world, I genuinely enjoy getting to do this for you all. It is such a pleasure for me, and I hope that you all get some enjoyment out of it as well. So thank you all for the support, and stay safe out there. It's a weird time, and I just know that no matter what, we're going to get through it. So with that, keep your chin up, keep washing those hands, cover your freaking mouth when you cough, and I'll catch you around the river bend.